Done. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very, very much, sir. Hello, students.
How are you, Doc?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Maxon. It's good to be with you once again. I'm sorry that we started this class late. I had some issues with the computer. It was freezing, but thank God we are here now. I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, your screen is very clear. I don't know about
Very
other
clear.
students. As for me, it is very clear.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. So, yes, last time we looked at different types of soils, and we also did look at their properties. So today, I want us to start with soil structure. What is it? You may be reminded that this is a repeat topic from yesterday. Yesterday, we had the issues with the connectivity, and I think you were informed by your coordinators that Germany could not host us because of the works that were going on there with the internet supply system. But thank God, the system has been restored. As such, we decided and agreed that we have a repeat lesson today. So today, I want us to look at soil structure. I think yesterday we did a little bit on this topic, where we said that soil structure is simply the way individual particles of sand, silt, and clay are assembled. Okay, the way these particles are assembled, that is what we call soil structure. Okay, then from there, the other thing that we did talk about is that these soil particles can either be, sorry, there's someone who has put a line there. Sorry, this mark should not be there. Okay. This mark should not be there. The line should not be there. So let me just remove this line here that is disturbing us. You just give me a few minutes. I try to remove the line that is disturbing us. Thank you.
On the notice board, sir. On the notice board.
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
I'm in the meeting. No, you can check. You can check. You can check from the class. I'm in a meeting. I'm in a meeting. And the man here have succeeded. So thank you. Hello, students.
Hello, sir. Hello, Doc.
I'm sorry for the break in the class. I had to correct something there. There was something that was coming on the slides from my side, but I've corrected, thank God. So
Okay,
we are
thank
talking about source structure, where we said that source structure is simply the individual, the way individual soil particles they are assembled. Okay? So a single particle, when assembled, appears a large particle. So we are saying that this way of arranging these soil particles, putting them together, that is aggregating them. And when these single soil particles are put together, they form what we call a structure. Okay? So we also noted that soil structure influences many other soil properties, such as water movement. Okay, that is drainage, water drainage, water infiltration. Also, it does affect heat transfer within the soil itself, within the soil mass. Okay, so to say, the soil structure affects soil temperature. Similarly, the other property that is affected by soil structure is aeration. That is the circulation or the flow of air within the soil. The other thing is bulk density, okay, which is simply the mass of particles of a soil material divided by the total volume that soil particles occupy. So when we'll talk more about bulk density later. The other thing that is affected is porosity. That is the pore space, the spaces between the particles. So as we move on, as we look at different types of soil structure, we'll see how those structures do affect certain things or properties of a soil. I hope everyone is clear. Hello, Kenya, are we together? Are we together, Kenya?
Yes, we are.
Thank you very much. And the Zambian students, are we together?
Okay.
Are we together, the Zambian students? You are able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yes, very much.
Thank you. Okay, then we can move on. We also did look at aggregation of these soil particles. And as I said in my preamble, that aggregation is simply putting together or assembling these soil particles together. Each single soil particle that is brought together. Okay, those particles, each single soil particle that is brought together, we say that is the mass of the soil have been or has been aggregated. Okay, so when single soil particles are put together, that is aggregation. And after that aggregation, a structure is formed. Okay, now, when the soil particles are aggregated, they can either form a good structure or a bad structure. What is it that we call a good soil structure? A good soil structure is one that permits circulation, free circulation of air and water. Whereas a bad structure is one that does not allow free movement of air and water in it. We also did yesterday talk about grades of soil structure. Now,
It's not coming on. Don't worry. Yes, yes, stop talking. Come in. Yeah, good. Is it working? Okay. Hello, Dr. Namoobe. Hello, sir. Hello, Doc.
Hello, can you hear me? Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, now we are. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The volume had gone.
Okay, okay. It's transmission, so we can continue. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we can continue.
Yes.
Thank you. I hope Kenya is also hearing me. I hope Kenya is also hearing me. Mr. Nyambe, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you're loud and clear, sir.
Thank you. I hope Kenya, we are together. Okay, so I was saying that there are basically four.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was just saying that.
Let's go. He's in the bush. He's saying he's talking, but he's not today.
Sorry, there was a break in transmission again. You see, the network is very bad today. However, I hope we will be able to do something today. It was the same case yesterday where we failed to transmit anything at all. Mr. Nyambe, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir, I'm getting you.
Okay, so I hope today the transmission will be good once again. It's quite unstable here. However, I was saying there are 4 major grades of soil structure. The first one is zero structureless. Mr. Nyambe.
Doc,
Sorry, the network is very bad. However, we are trying our best. I was just saying, let us continue with the structureless. Okay.
okay, okay.
Yes, we continue with that. Those 4 major grades of soil structure, where I said that basically there are 4 observable soil structures here, or grades of soil structure. The one is zero structureless. This type of soil has no observable aggregation or no definite order in arrangement of soil particles. Okay. I was giving an example jokingly there of someone who may not have a structure or a good structure. Okay, maybe that may be laughable, but all the same, based on structurelessness of these soil particles, we have what we call massive structure, where the entire soil horizon appears cemented in one great mass. Just think of clay soil. If you have weighted clay soil, you put it in your hands and you mold it. You are going to have one single mass. Okay? And that is a massive structure. Similarly, you also have what we call single grain structure, like in pure sand. Okay? We cannot mold pure sand. Okay? It just crumbles, falls apart. So particles fall apart when you try to mold it. And that is a single grain structure. So we call that zero structureless. The next grade of soil structure is weak structure, where the soil particles are poorly formed. okay? And this type of soil structure easily crumbles. It easily falls apart. The third one is moderate structure, which is well formed from distinct soil aggregates or soil particles, okay? And the soil particles are held together. The other one is strong structure, okay? Once again, the soil particles are well formed from distinct aggregates that are durable and are quite evident in undisturbed soil. So basically, when we talk about the grades of soil structure, there are four. You have zero, structureless. The second one is weak structure. The third one is moderate structure. And the fourth one is strong structure. Then the other thing I want us to look at is the class of soil structure. Now, when we talk about the class of soil structure, we are simply looking at the average size of individual particles. Average size of individual particles. There are some soil particles that are quite small, while others are medium, and others are quite big. So, based on a class of soil structure, we can classify these classes into various categories. The first one is very fine or very thin. Okay, now, what example can we give of a very fine soil? Class, what example can we give of a very fine soil? Clay soil, right? Clay soil is very fine. Then we also have what we call fine soil. Is there someone there? Yes, iPhone. Hello. Thank you for that. So I was saying these classes of soil structure can be classified in different categories. We have very fine soil, medium, coarse or thick. You also have very coarse or very thick soils. So all these classes of the soil structure are based on the average size of each individual soil particle or aggregate. Okay. The other thing that I want us to look at is soil granulation. So what is granulation? Class, does anyone know what we mean by granulation? Does anyone know what we mean by granulation? Anyone who would like to try? Hello there. Mr. Nyambe, can you hear me? Mr. Nyambe, can you hear me? Hello, Kenya, can you hear me? Kenya, can you hear me? Vincent, can you hear me, Vincent? Hello? So what do we mean by granulation? Granulation is simply the formation of soil granules, okay, or formation of soil particles. And there are certain factors that affect the formation of soil granules or soil particles. The first one is wetting or drying. The second one is freezing and thawing. I hope we understand freezing and thawing. The other one that does affect soil granulation is the physical activity of plant roots as well as animals. Decaying of organic matter, adsorbed cations, as well as soil tillage. Okay, so these are some of the factors that do contribute to the formation of soil granules. Now, having talked about the granulation, I want us to look at types of soil structures. Basically here, we can talk about 4 types of soil structures. The first one is granular, okay, which is a spheroidal type of soil structure. Then the second one is granular and weak platy structure.
Dog.
Hello, Mr. Nyambe, can you hear me? Hello? I guess the Kenyan students, they are following me very well.
Yes, sir.
If you are Winnie, allow me to proceed. Then the third type of soil structure is platy soil structure or subangular blocky type. Then the last one is prismatic and angular blocky type. Now we are going to explain each one of these types of soil structures, and we see how each one of them does affect our agriculture or the growth of different crops. Okay, structureless, the soil that has no structure. Okay, this is the type of structure that is characterized by loose grains of soil particles, like in sandy soils. So such a type of a soil that is very loose is known as structureless. It has no structure. Okay, no one can really describe the way it looks, because the soil particles have no definite formation. They are loosely packed. Okay, the particles are not attached to each other and they just lie loosely. Okay, and that type of a structure is called structureless. We shall move on. Okay, are you able to see my screen, all the students?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we continue. We continue with the soil structure. Okay, you remember I was telling you that basically there are 4 major types of soil structure. We have talked about structureless, like in sandy soils. Okay, where we did talk about such type of a structure that is formless, where the soil particles are just loosely packed. Okay, they don't have any particular shape. Okay, the other one that I want us to look at is granular type, or the crumb structures. You remember, as we just introduced these types of soil structures, we talked about granular soil structure. This is where individual particles of sand, silt, and clay are grouped together in small, nearly spherical grains. Okay? And when you talk about spherical grains, we are talking about those that are secular, they are round. Okay? So I'll just give you an example of maybe granules. Okay? Think of fertilizer, granular fertilizer like compound D or urea. You have those single grains of the fertilizer. So similarly here, when you talk about granular structures, we are looking at each individual soil particle, like of sand, silt, or clay, that are spherical in nature. They are secular or roundish in nature. Okay, and when such particles are put together, water circulates very easily through them because of the nature of the particles themselves. They are roundish. Okay, when you put them together, you find that there will be some spaces in between them. Okay, there will be some pore spaces in between them, and it is through those spaces in between the particles that you will enable the free circulation of water as well as air through such soils. And these soils are commonly found in the A horizon of the soil profile. So that is the granular type. The second one is the blocky or subangular type. So these are soil particles that cling together in nearly square or angular blocks, having more or less sharp edges. You can see from the picture here or from the screen, we have that picture here of the block type of soil particles. You can see that actually in the diagrams there, we see that some are almost square, while others are angular, and they have more or less sharp edges. This type of soils are known as blocky type of soils, giving us a blocky and subangular blocky structure. Okay, so in these soils, there can be easy movement of water. That is, they are because they are relatively large. Okay, and because of the way that they are shaped, they will still leave some pore spaces that may allow water circulation or water movement as well as air circulation. They are commonly found in B horizon, where clay soils have accumulated. The third structure or the fourth structure is prismatic and columnar structures. Here, the soil particles form vertical columns or pillars. Okay? Under prismatic and column structures, the soil particles have formed vertical columns or pillars that are separated by miniature but definite vertical cracks. In other words, we are saying they have formed some blocks. Okay, they may be cylindrical blocks or columns or pillars, and those may have cracks, vertical cracks in them. Water circulates with great difficulty, and there is a poor drainage in these soils. Similarly, these soils, they are commonly found in the B horizon, where clay has accumulated. Is there any question? Students, any question? Mr. Nyambe? Mr. Nyambe, are we together? Mr. Nyambe. Kenya, are we together?
Doc.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Any question from Kenya so far? I can hear some background noise there. Kindly turn off your mic. Unless you have to say something to me. Winnie. Winnie, is it clear? Is everything clear? Hello?
Yes.
Everything clear?
Yes, everything is clear.
Okay, then we shall move on. I don't know whether the Zambian students are with us, because I was trying to find out where Mr. Nyambe is. He's not responding. Then we shall continue. So if that is clear with the, yes, please.
We are together.
Yes,
Just
please.
continue.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So we move on with the, with the last type of soil structure. That is the plate structure. So this is made up of soil particles that are aggregated in thin plates or sheets piled horizontally together. Okay, I just want you to take a leaf or maybe just think of pancakes or the chapatis that are put together, that are piled together. Okay, you know, like those cakes that they use for making chicken shawarma. Okay, they are flat. Similarly, when we talk about the plate structure, we are taking that form that actually the soil particles are aggregated together, okay, in thin layers like plates or sheets, and they are put on top of one another. So these plates often overlap and they affect water circulation. They affect water movement. They also affect air circulation in them or through them. These soils are commonly found in forests. They're also part of Horizon A, okay? And in those soils that have formed hard pans, those that are sticky like clay soil, okay? Clay soil can easily form this what we call plate structure because of the nature of soil particles that tend to stick together and they can form a sheet. Now, so we have seen those four types of soil structure, main soil structure. The other one, the number 5 one, was structureless, where we talked about these soil particles that do not have any definite shape. Okay, they are loosely packed. So after having looked at these different types of soil structures, we did explain about how each type of structure will affect water movement within it, will also affect air circulation through it. It means that these soils, if we are to successfully grow our crops, then we have to know how to manage these soils so that these soils become productive, so that these soils are able to grow our crop. So let us look at each one of them. The first one is sandy soils. How do you manage sandy soils? Okay, we know that sandy soils from the types of structures that we have discussed here, we see that these sandy soils have particles that are loosely packed. Okay, there is good drainage of water through them. There is also good air circulation through them. But one of the problems that may be there with such soils is that they may not be able to hold water for a long time. And such a soil that does not hold water for a long time may impair or may affect plant growth. So how do you manage that? One of the ways in which we can manage such coarse textured soils, such as sandy soils, is applying organic matter to them. What happens is that when organic matter is applied to such soils, okay, the organic matter will tend to pull soil particles together, so that these soil particles tend to glue together. Okay, there is adhesion of these soil particles to one another. Okay, and as such soils become now productive because they'll be able to retain water for a long time. So, application of organic matter to the soil. And last time we looked at different types of organic matter that one may use on the farm to apply to their soil, such as farmyard manure, okay, can be crow manure or cow manure, chicken manure, goat manure, compost manure. All such organic material may be used to improve coarse textured soils, so that there is an improved water retention or water holding capacity for our plants. The next type of soil is the fine textured soils, such as clay soils. Okay, now, in clay soils, the potential plasticity and cohesion is usually very high. When such soils are plowed, when they are wet, they become impervious. Now, what do we mean when we say a soil has become impervious? It means that such a soil cannot allow free circulation of water within it, cannot allow free movement of water within it. Okay, water does not drain through it. It has become impervious. It also does affect air circulation. And such soils are said to be podal. Okay? Now, when a soil is in this condition and it dries up, it becomes very hard and very dense. So an example that we have given there is of clay soils. Just think of dry clay soils. They really become hard and dense. And sometimes such soils do crack. Now, similarly, like the way we talked about those coarse textured soils like sandy soils, clay soils may be improved by the addition of organic matter to them, so that the soil particles themselves, they do not kind of stick together so hardly in such a way that they do not allow free movement of air and water. So addition of organic matter is one way that you can manage fine textured soils. Okay. Any question so far on the management of these soils? Yes, please. Yes, please. You may ask your question, sir. You may ask your question,
No,
sir. There's no
there's
question.
no
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So we move on, we look at soil consistency. Now, when we talk about soil consistency, we are simply looking at the condition of the soil at various moisture levels. Okay, just think of water in the soil. And when we talk about its consistency, we are looking at the condition of that soil when there's moisture in it. That is soil consistency, okay? The condition of a soil at various moisture levels when this soil is subjected to stress and physical manipulation. Consistency of a soil is basically defined at 3 moisture levels. Remember, I was saying when we are looking at soil consistency, we are simply looking at a soil condition when it is moist, when there's moisture in it, or if there's no moisture in it, then such a soil is dry. So when we look at or we talk about consistency, we are looking at 3 moisture levels. 1, we can talk about a wet soil. 2, we can talk about a moist soil. And 3, we can talk about a dry soil. Now, what is the difference between these 3? What do you understand by a wet soil? What is the difference between a wet soil and a moist soil? The difference may be just the same. What do we mean by saying that the difference is the same? Because in both wet soils and moist soils, there's water. But the difference is that a wet soil is where most of the pore spaces are holding water. They are holding moisture. Okay? Whereas a moist soil is holding not so much high amount of water such that air is allowed to circulate. But a wet soil, when you say the soil is wet, it means that a soil may have its pore spaces occupied by water only. Then about a dry soil, I think that one is very straightforward. It means that there's no moisture at all in such a soil. Okay. Now, let us look at each one of them individually. We start with wet soils. For wet soils, consistency is described in terms of stickiness and plasticity. So when we talk about a wet soil, you can talk about stickiness. Is it sticky or is it plastic? Stickiness is simply the ability of a soil to stick together. The soil particles come together and they bond together as one. Okay? You can see from the picture there is a fellow wearing some gumboots. Okay? And probably you can easily guess what type of a soil it is. You can see that the soil particles stick together. They even become very sticky. They even stick to the gumboots that the person is wearing. So when we look at wet soils, we talk about them in terms of stickiness or plasticity. And we said that stickiness is simply the ability of the soil particles rather, to stick together or to stick to other objects. Okay? Now, in terms of stickiness, you can talk about a soil being non-sticky, slightly sticky, sticky, or very sticky. What about plasticity? Plasticity is simply the ability of the soil to be molded into any shape in response to the stress that may be applied to that soil. So, think of this soil that is wet, and you want to mold it into some shape. Okay? Think of clay soil that is wet. You put it in your hands, okay? You form a ball. And when you stop forming that ball, the shape or the mass of that clay soil that you have shaped or formed into a ball remains. It means that there is a plasticity of these soil particles. Okay? So in terms of that, soils may be non-plastic, slightly plastic, plastic, or very plastic. The second type of consistency is moist soils. The consistency of moist soils is most important since it best describes the condition of the soil when these soils are plowed. That is very, very important to understand. Okay? In general, it measures the resistance of a soil to crushing. Now, here again, we can try to categorize or describe these moist soils into different classes or groups. You can talk about a loose soil, very friable soil, friable, firm, very firm, or extremely firm. Examples of soil consistency here, we have those examples that we have given here. Okay, like you have soil class and consistency. Like coarse sand, it's loose soil. It is described as a loose soil. Loam is a friable soil. Silt is friable. Clay or silt clay is firm. Silt clay loam is very firm. Now, why do we have to look at all this? Why do we have to talk about consistency? You know, when you are growing a crop, each crop may have recommended type of soils where such a crop will do very well. For instance, if you are growing tuber crops, bulb crops, you need soils such as those that are friable or those that have a loose structure. It will be very difficult to grow successfully those crops that are tuber crops in firm soils, or rather soils with a firm consistency, because such type of soils will not allow good formation of tubers. What about dry soils? We know very well what dry soils are, and these can be grouped into loose, soft, slightly hard, hard, very hard, or extremely hard. So we know very well when we talk about a loose soil, that is dry, or a soft soil, or hard soil. So here I have these pictures just to show you, okay, what may be hard soil when it is dry, and what may be loose soil when it is dry. Just think of clay soil. When clay soil is dry, it becomes hard. Okay? Think of loam soil. Think of sandy soil. When it is dry, it does not become hard like clay soil. Why? Because the soil particles are loosely packed. It becomes loose. Okay? Unless there is a question on consistency there. Is there any question on consistency? If there's no question on consistency, Kenya, are we still together?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Winnie. Martin, thank you. And Zambia, are you still together? Choma?
Yes, we are together, sir.
Mr. Maxon, good man.
Yes, we are together.
Tamara,
Come.
thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, we're together, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mukombwe. Okay, now let us move on. We look at soil color. We know, I think there's, we know what color is, eh? And we know what soil is. So when you talk about soil color, we are simply looking at the color of soil. So I want you to know that soils have different color types. As you can see here from my diagrams here, the first one on your left, okay, we have different colors of soil that are put on a spade. You can see those different colors. Eh? We have brown soils, we have red soils, we have yellow soils, we also have black soils. Okay, that is the first one on the left. In the middle here, the one that looks like a block. This shows soil horizons, and you can see from the colors that they are quite vivid. Eh? They are quite vivid here. Different colors of the soil. Similarly, on the right-hand side here, we also have those different colors that are shown through the soil profile. You have the black soil there, okay, on top where you see vegetation there. Then at the bottom, you see red or yellow soils there. Then at the bottom, the last color is gray. So what we are saying here is that actually soils have different colors depending on so many things. And we are going to look at those things that will give a color to a particular soil. The soil may be black. Why is it black? The soil may be red. Why is it red? A soil may be yellow. Why is it yellow? A soil may be gray. Why is it gray? Or it may be black. Why is it black? So we are going to look at some of those things that do give color to these soils. Unless there's a question there. Unless there's a question. Any question? There being no question, allow me to move on. So we are saying soil color refers to the color of the soil as seen by one's eyes. It's very simple. So soils will show different or a wide range of colors, ranging from white to yellow, different colors. So the way you perceive, yes, please.
Me, I've got a question on the, what do you mean when you say?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
What do you mean when you say soil profile?
Soil profile, I think maybe that one should be a Zambian student, because we did cover this with the Kenyan students. Okay. When we talk about a soil profile, we are simply looking at the vertical section, okay, showing horizons in the soil. It's a vertical section that shows different layers of soil. For example, if you are to dig a pit latrine, okay, when you dig a pit latrine there, and you look at the formation of the soils, you see that the top soil may be black, okay? Maybe due to decomposed organic material. Then that is termed as horizon A, for example. Then you go to horizon B, okay? There you may find that the color of the soil may be different from the top soil. okay, the color of the topsoil and the subsoil will be very different. Is that clear? And that profile itself is what we call a soil profile. That vertical section showing different layers or horizons of a soil is what is called a soil profile. Thank you. Now, I was saying that actually there are different soil colors ranging from white to yellow. And this soil color is a physical property, okay, that allows us to know some of its characteristics. In other words, when we know the color of a soil, it will give us, or it will show us, some of the characteristics of such a soil. It will also tell us maybe the type of minerals that are in that soil. It will also indicate to us the age of that soil and some other chemical processes that do take place in that soil. Okay. And once we know the color of the soil, that will help us to, it will tell us whether the soil, since from the color itself, we may be in the position to tell whether that soil has some nutrients in it or it doesn't have. What we are interested in is to have a soil that is fertile, so that such a soil will become productive when we grow our crop. Is that clear? And when we know that, then shall we be able to manage that soil? Now, what are some of the factors that will affect soil color? What are some of the soil or factors that will give a soil some color? The first one is organic matter. Now, soils containing high amount of organic matter will show the color variation from black to dark brown. Okay, so a soil that has decomposed organic material, such a soil will be dark in color, will be black in color, okay, because of the presence of the organic material in it. So when you see a dark soil, let us go back a bit, we see the colors here. You see, you can see on the diagram here, the picture in the middle, like a block. You look at the top soil where there is vegetation growing on it, there's grass growing on it. You see that is dark. Why is it dark? It is because of the decomposed organic material that is found there in that horizon. Okay, so the first factor that will affect soil color is organic matter. The second one will be the presence of mineral compounds there, like iron. Soils containing high amount of iron compounds generally will give a red color or brown color or yellow color to the soil. So what we are, I hope that is very clear. So we are saying that factors that affect the color of the soil are quite different. Okay? Factors, things that will give color to that soil are different. And the first one you said is organic matter. Okay, it's organic matter. The second one we say that is the presence of mineral compounds, such as iron compounds. And we said that in soils where you find iron, okay, as a mineral or as an element, you find that such soils may be red, brown, or yellow in color. The third one is silica, lime, or some other sorts. So when we talk about silica, lime, and some other sorts, we are really talking about different sorts that may be found in the soil. And when there are such salts, you find that such a soil may appear to be white or light colored. Okay? Then the fourth one is a mixture. It's a mixture of organic matter and iron oxides. Very often, soils that contain a certain amount of organic matter and iron oxides. Okay, such soils tend to be brown in color because there's a mixture of, you remember when we were talking about iron compounds here, we said that these soils are generally red in color, they may be brown or yellow in color. Whereas those that contain organic matter here, they are black or dark brown. Now, you bring organic matter as well as iron compounds or iron oxides together. Okay, such a soil is likely to be brown in color. Then the other thing is wetting and drying conditions. Okay, when the soils are wet, they may show a certain characteristic color as opposed to when these same soils are dry. So the presence of moisture in a soil and the absence of the same moisture in a soil will give such a soil a characteristic color. Okay? The other one is where we talk about oxidation and reduction conditions. Okay, now when we talk about oxidation and reduction conditions, we are simply looking at either the addition or the presence of oxygen in the soil, or the reduction or the removal of that oxygen in the soil. So when soils are waterlogged for a long period of time, the permanent reduction condition will develop. What are we saying here? What we are saying here is that those soils that have too much water in them over a long time, those soils will give a certain characteristic color, and they may be permanent in that color. The presence of ferrous compounds, that is iron compounds, that result from the reduction or reducing conditions in waterlogged conditions will give a bluish or greenish color of a soil. Okay, if there is just too much of water in the soil, we say that the soil is waterlogged. And eventually, there will be certain reactions that will take place there. And such a soil may become bluish or greenish in color. Therefore, it may be concluded that the soil color indirectly is indicative or indicates many other important soil properties, such as one, the presence of organic matter in it, the presence of nutrients in it, and probably it will also tell you what type of nutrients or elements are found in that soil. The other thing that we can talk about the soil color is that the soil color will somehow affect soil temperature. Because you may know, or you know, that soil temperature is very important for the growth of our crops. Because each crop, okay, maybe we can start with germination. I give my favorite example of maize. It is said that maize will germinate best when the temperatures are around 18 degrees Celsius. So we are saying the color of a soil will modify soil temperature. For example, dark colored soils will absorb more heat than light colored soils. That is very clear. We know that dark surfaces tend to absorb more heat than those that are light colored. So there are so many colors, as I said already, that there are so many colors of soils depending on the elements that are found in them. So here I have simply a list of 10 major, 10 or so, even more than 10 major colors. You have red, you may have a red soil, yellow soil, green soil, blue soil, purple soil, okay, grayish soil. Those are some of the colors that you may come across, or you may come across a combination of all those colors, maybe giving you yellowish red, greenish yellow, bluish green, reddish purple, okay, and so on and so forth. So there are different colors of soils depending on the elements that are found in that soil. Also depending on the amount of organic material that is found in the soil. The other thing that will also affect is moisture, the amount of water that is in that soil, the age of that soil. All those factors, as we have already seen, will affect the color of the soil. And I said the color of the soil is very important for you as a farmer, because it will show you something about it. It says something about it. Okay, so importance of soil color. Red soils will indicate that there's a lot of iron oxides and a lot of aeration. Yes, Mr. Maxon. Mr. Maxon, you have a question? I can't hear Mr. Maxon. Okay, so I was saying red soils will show that there's a lot of iron oxides in it, and there's a lot of aeration. Whereas dark brown soils indicate that there is the presence of organic matter. Gray soils will indicate that the soils are not well drained. Okay, I'll say that again. Gray soils may be an indication of soils that are not well drained, whereas pale soils are an indication of low soil pH. Okay, when we come to soil chemical properties, we will look at soil pH and talk more about it. So here I just have this diagram showing a few things here. Okay, showing a few things here. Yeah, we have the
What
soil
about-
color. That's it. Hello?
Dr. Namoobe,
Yes, please. I know it's break time. Just give me 1 or 2 minutes and I'm done.
there's a question here.
Yes, please.
Yes, what about those initials you say pH? What do you mean there, pH?
pH is simply potential hydrogen. Potential hydrogen.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about the pH, it simply measures the amount of hydrogen ions as well as hydroxyl ions in a soil. And I said we shall look at soil pH in a more detailed way when we come to soil chemical properties. Okay? Allow me to move on. It's almost break time now. Here I have this table showing soil color. The first column is soil color, then the soil types and their characteristics. and also typical management implications. Okay, allow me to look at the first column there, black soils. These soils are associated with high levels of organic matter. That's what we said. When a soil is black, you begin to suspect that there's a lot of organic matter in it. Okay, and such soils, sometimes they may be faced with waterlogging, okay, and drainage problems. They may also have low soil pH and high denitrification. That is, they easily lose nitrogen. Okay. Then when we come to, if we are talking about clay soils, such soils have difficulties in workability. Okay, because of their stickiness, because of the way the soil particles are, they are tightly held together. And such soils like clay soils that are black may become a problem when it comes to cultivation. We know that. Then talking about white or pale or bleached soils, these are sometimes called washed out soils. Okay, and this may be an indication of leaching of nutrients, that is washing down of nutrients, okay, to levels where plant roots may not reach them. There is a low plant nutrient availability. There is also low amount of moisture in them, or they are very poor in, it's an indication that these soils cannot hold water in them for a long time. We move on. Red soils. Well, red soils will indicate the presence of iron in them, as we have seen already. Okay? There is high phosphorus fixation there. In these red soils, we are saying that there is high phosphorus fixation. In other words, we are saying the phosphorus may not readily be available to plants because of the presence of iron. There is some chemical reactions that do take place in the soil, and as such, some nutrients such as phosphorus may not readily be available for plant growth. There is also low water plant availability. Then we have yellow to yellow-brown soils. These soils often have poor drainage than red soils. Okay, and there is moderate phosphorus fixation. There is low plant water availability, and they are prone to compaction. Now, when we talk about compaction, we are simply looking at the development of hard pans, where a soil can easily compact and become very hard. And when a soil compacts, it's very difficult for water to penetrate through it, as well as for air to circulate in it. Then we have brown soils. Such soils are associated with moderate organic matter level and iron oxides, as we have seen there. Okay? They are more or less like these yellow soils. Then lastly, we have gray soils or green soils. These are soils that are associated with poor drainage or waterlogging. You remember I was just narrating to you that actually when a soil is waterlogged, it has too much water in it, such that all the pore spaces are occupied by water. And such soils, they will show a characteristic color of gray or green because of that. So such soils have waterlogging problems. They easily lose nitrogen to the atmosphere. So we have already discussed this. So class, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate for attending today. I'm sorry that sometimes there was a break in transmission, but however, we are able to connect. Thank you very, very much. The Kenya students, we really appreciate for all the efforts that you make and all your contributions. The Congo group, I did not get them today. They may be with us. Maybe, I hope the English is not a big problem to you. I hope your coordinators are on top of everything. They are able to translate from English to Swahili or French. And for the Zambian students, I want to urge you that you continue being faithful and be committed to these classes. For the Zambian students, when we have teachers, they'll be physically there with you. But at the moment, because we have not yet got permanent teachers that will be teaching you, you only be getting some of the lessons through Zoom. Okay? Just like your friends in Kenya, your friends in Zimbabwe, your friends in Congo, your friends as well as in Uganda. They get all their lessons through Zoom. Okay? But in all those countries, when we have employed teachers, they'll be physically there with you. Okay? There'll be people there in Choma teaching you. Physically, you'll be able to see them. You don't have to bother about internet connectivity because people will be on the ground there with you physically. Similarly, in Monze, students will be, or rather teachers will be there physically with you. You don't have to worry about buying bundles, data bundles, no,
Doc,
because it will be there
Doc
on
Namoobe.
hand. Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Namoobe.
Thank you.
Doc, there is a
Yes,
question.
sir.
Can you see the screen? I don't know. Is that Congo? There is a question.
Yes, Mr. Noah. Mr. Noah. Mr. Noah. I think he's not getting me. I can't hear him, sir. I think it's break time, sir.
It's, oh yes, break
It's
time.
break time. We can allow the students to go on break, sir.
Okay, okay. I think it's 25 minutes now. This is okay. Got some 3 minutes, so that we can get started in the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes. In the next now 2 minutes, we're gonna get started. All right. Good afternoon. I think it's afternoon everywhere out there in Kenya, in Zambia, DR Congo. Yes. I don't know connectivity problems with your professor for agricultural communications, so I don't think it's gonna come through. And I am gonna be taking you this afternoon. Schönen guten Tag, ich bin Lukomona hier in Deutschland, Hamburg, Elmshorn, und bin ich heute Lehrer für unsere Studenten in Zambia, in Congo DR, Kenya auch. I'm Evans Lukomona, your trainer this afternoon, reaching you from DLI Trigatana, Germany, Hamburg, Elmshorn. And I'm going to be training the Zambians, Kenyans, and Congo DR-based students. Now, in case you didn't get the modules in full, okay, German language is part of our programs. Why? Because this project or this program, study program, agribusiness and entrepreneurship is intertwined with Deutschland, Germany, our great partner in development, connectivity, and exchange programs. Besides, as you get towards the end of this program, for you have followed all the instructions, we have partnered with Germany, where you are going to be exporting your products for sale as a cooperative. But you cannot only just get down to a country without knowing one or two words in their language. I've always given an example. For instance, when we are back home there in our beautiful continent of Africa, when we see a European speaking our local language, speaks Kiswahili or speaks Lozi, Nyanja, Bemba, speaks Congo Kiswahili as well, quickly we are turning around because he is not a native. And quickly we get attached to that person because by virtue of speaking our language, we are connected. Therefore, as well, much as you are learning this great program, agribusiness and entrepreneurship, not only as you are going to be coming here on exchange program, but you're going to be coming to do business. Some of you later on, you may even choose to settle in Deutschland, okay, as you are doing business. So we kill two birds at one time with one stone. That is, you are learning the main modules of agribusiness plus the German language as our great partner in this case. So please, as we learn, take German language on a serious note. We have had so many examples, so many in other areas, people that we have invited here. Oh, I wish I'd taken the language seriously, because it's not all the time Mr. Lukomona here or my colleagues are going to be there taking you around, interpreting everything. No. And when you are doing business, for instance, with the Germans, you are trying to do some negotiations and stuff. When they are getting that, you've done some German language already, you are integrated. Already you are welcome into their circles. Therefore, this is what we call the blending, okay? They're going to be bringing the machinery and stuff to your soils on the farms there as cooperatives, which you're going to be having, and you are providing, of course, everything. So it's a partnership, a balanced, all right? In this case, to balance the issues, we need German language. Very, very important. Through the experiences that I've had here, people that speak German language easily skyrocket, succeed, than those who can speak them. And I understand. When I go to Italy, for instance, I have to suffer because I can't speak Italian. I have to pay more money for translators because I can't speak Italian. And I'm not going to force them to speak English either. So it's either I lose to the interpreter or translator, or I learn one or two words. But that's different altogether. When I go to Spain, it's the same thing. They speak Spanish. Do you speak English? No, a little bit. You can do business. So always carrying, an interpreter. Now, in this case, we don't want to see the Zambians, the Kenyans, the Congolese who are on this program to suffer. When you are coming here, introductions are done. You are coming with your PowerPoint to present your project. You are flowing in German language, and you're going to do that. So those that are joining us recently, we started some German language. I can say already we are doing the first lesson. Okay, before the first lesson of, I do have my book here. Where is the textbook? Oh, here we go. Here we go. And the other one is here. Books are scattered all over. Oh, here. Perfect. So this is the book. I hope you're able to see it. Let me, let me try to enlarge. Perfect. This is the book we are working with. Okay? Schritte Plus. It is a German book which is written according to the international standard framework of the languages. Okay, so when you learn the staff here, you're able to provide your certificate or share your certificate anywhere you go to in any German-speaking country, and it's acceptable. So there are two books that we're going to run. That's another book, forming 14 topics. Book number 1, called A1.1. I think you're able to see it, A1.1. It has got 7 topics here. This is the one we are working with. Then when we finish the 7, we're going to come to the last 7 topics as well, A1.2. And German level called A1 is done what? Is finished. Then we're going to jump onto another book, A2.1, another A2.2. Then we finish the A2 German language, which will enable you to easily communicate while you are in Germany, or you are communicating with the German future counterparts. Now, with your colleagues, we did some preamble leading towards this language. But I'm not going to start from afresh with the new students. You're going to bear with me, but don't worry, you're going to catch up. This is what we're going to do. Stay on this course now, follow where we ended, but after the course, I'm going to forward to your class representatives or your class leader the previous videos, okay? Because we record all the videos, so that over the weekend, try to catch up. Plug in your headphones, click the video and learn from the Genesis, that's alphabet, the alphabetical order, okay? You learn the alphabet, then you are going to come to the verbs, how to use the verbs in German language, okay? And then you come to possessive articles, okay? This is mine, my mother, my father, my book, my car. In English, it's just so easy. We just use my. So similar, okay? But in German, quite different, which you are going to learn as you go through the videos. Then, of course, I'm going to tutor you on. Then from possessive articles, then you're going to come to be at par next week, okay, on the topic that we are doing. Lesson 1 or the Lection 1 we are doing with your colleagues is called here. This is the course structure. I hope you are able to see. Let me check. I want to close it. Yeah, lesson 1. This is what we are doing. Guten Tag, mein Name ist. Good day, my name is. Already you are even picking it up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen. Then we go into the training now. Let me share my screen. By the way, in case you are new, you don't need to buy this book, okay? It becomes costly, buying it from Germany, posting it, DHL. We send you the pages of the book all the time, okay? So the pages, according to topics, are going to be posted on your group, okay? So, and you don't need to print them, just save them, Speichern, in your handy is phone, on your smartphone or on your computer or on your tablet. Then you can be following. So let's get going. I'm gonna share the screen and let's check. Where do I click to share the screen? We're gonna continue. So what we're going to do, students whom we started with the language some couple of days ago, you are going to lead the session, okay? I'm not just gonna be talking alone. 1 second. By the way, if you're coming through newer, I come from Zambia, okay? Zambia in Central and Southern Africa. Congo is our neighbor. Kenya, I know, very far away, though we have played a lot of soccer with Kenya. It's like Zambia was always winning. Congo troubles with Zambia in terms of soccer. Here we go. I'm gonna share the screen now And for the moment, let me switch off my video. It's distracting me. Okay, share the screen and let's check. We're gonna continue. Share, come on. Okay, so now I have to look for my document. I have to look for the correct documents. That's our class. Let me put it this side. Here we go. Oh yes, I've got it. I've got it. By the way, before, as I continue, just to quickly, okay, bring in just within 5 minutes our dear new students. This is the German alphabet. Okay, I'm gonna run through it quickly. You pick one or two things, then we flow on. Can somebody confirm? One person to say yes. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Can you see? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, super. Super. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Okay, that's alphabet. The alphabet. Okay. There. Oh, let me take my pencil. I love shading colors all the time. Here we go. Der, here, I'm on here. Der Buchstabe, meaning the letter. Okay, like letter A, B, C, and D. So we call in German der Buchstabe. Then, what about the letters, plural? That was singular. Die Buchstaben. Now it's ending with N. Okay? Die Buchstaben, which is the letters. Okay? Now, pronunciation. I always tell people that speak English or who come from the English-speaking countries and French-speaking countries that you're easily going to learn German because the lettering system of English is similar to German. Like in this case, look at that. Okay, this is the German side. This is the left side, the English side, of course. So listen to my pronunciation. I'll pronounce in English, then in German. So, A, German, A. I repeat, A, A. B, B, B. C, C, C. D, D, D. E, A, A. F, F, no difference. F, F. G, G, G. H, ha. Totally different. Totally different. Remember, this one was, the first one was ah, but this one, H, ha. I, E. I repeat, I, E. This one now, totally, totally, totally different. J, yacht, yacht. K, different. Car, car. L, L. No difference. That's that. L, L. Go up. No difference also here. M, M. N, N. No difference. O, O. So mark a point. There's another relative who is going to come. Another O, a special O is going to come. Listen the way I pronounce it from my mouth, from my tongue. The other one, we are going to pronounce it from our throat. Very difficult. You need a lot of water. So O, O, just like in English. P, different. Pear, P, pear. Q, different a bit also. Q, cool, cool. R, a bit different. R, R, R. S, S, no difference. T, different. T, T, T. U, different. U. So another relative is going to come, special, which is similar to this one. U in English, U. V, total different. Foul. I repeat, V, foul. Not vow, foul. V is like F, okay? Foul. W or W, some other people say. Ve, ve, ve. So W here is now like V, okay? Like V. Ve. So some of you, I think all of you, you know this car, okay? It is German-made car. VW, I think you remember that one. VW. So pick from these letters here. Pick from V in English and W. So here, if you ask somebody, you are looking for this plant, you are around to say, I'm looking for a plant called VW. You are going to get lost. They won't understand. VW, oh, we don't know. But the moment you say VW, that means VW. So you see the pronunciations, okay? But written just the same as English, just the same as French. X, 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 X. Oh, this is now really different. Y in English, Upsilon, Upsilon. Funny pronunciation, Upsilon. Z, set, set. In most cases, Z is pronounced like S, okay? Z is pronounced like S, especially if it is followed by a vowel letter, R, A, E, O, O. Okay, we all remember R, A, E, O, O. When I was learning R, A, E, O, O in grade 1, I didn't even know that came from Germany. R, A, E, O, O. So Z plus A, pronounced like S, O, I, U, R, A, E, O, O. Now, this, if you count, if you look at the left side, just the same as English. I'm pretty sure also as French. But there are in German language some additional special letters. Here they are. Okay? These letters are called umlaut. Umlaut here. Okay? Umlaut. Umlaut means a letter with two dots on its head. Let me make it bigger. Umlaut means a letter with two dots. Okay? Don't worry about this word. Beispiele simply means examples. Okay? My interest is umlaut. So these, if you remember above, we came across a, okay, which is a. Without dots, we pronounced it a. But with dots, it's not going to pronounce a, okay? Now, when a or a has got dots, it becomes a, a, a. Now, in case you don't have a computer with a German system, okay, which has got the umlaut, like in this case, they are simply saying here, instead of writing a, like in this case, you can substitute it by the two letters. It means the same thing, okay? These two letters represent a umlaut. For example, on the right side here, look, in English, I'm reading this as apple, apple, an apple. But in German, it's pronounced starting with this letter, special letter with umlaut. So I'm not still going to read this Apfel, Apfel. No, because of umlaut, here, I'm going to say Äpfel, 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 okay? Just like this, here, on the right. Men, plural for men in German is pronounced not mana, mana, because of umlaut on top there, okay? Me, mena, mena, okay? Mena. Check your microphones, please. Thank you. Danke schön. So, without same on A, without dots on top, in German we say ah, ah, ah. With dots on top, it becomes a, and we pronounce it like that in the words we find it. Now, let's go to the next one. One second. There's a, I'm gonna stop sharing this. There's a microphone which is open. Mr. Nyami's microphone is on. I'm gonna switch. Please don't open it. There's echo coming from there. Then we're gonna go back to the board. Okay. I hope I'm back. Now, another special umlaut letter with dots is this one you're seeing here, capital and small, which is represented by, also can be substituted by O and E. So now listen. The other, we saw some other O on top there, okay, without dots, pronounced in German, O, O, just produce it from your mouth. O, letter O, okay? But when two points are coming on top, it becomes umlaut and pronounced from the throat. O, O. The other one, O. This one, O. You draw it to the throat. The difference is slight, but it can be identified by stretching it to the throat. O. The other one, O. O. Now, How do we pronounce it? In here on the right side, check it. Words, that's English words. I just want to say this one, voter, voter. Vo is coming from my mouth. It has to come from my throat. Voter, voter, voter. Also here, spoon. We all use spoon. Even this morning, we use those who like sugar. Spoon. Spoon in German. Look, there's umlaut here. I want to read Löffel, Löffel. Sorry, relax. No, I want to push it to the throat because of umlaut. Löffel, Löffel, Löffel. Then comes a third one and last umlaut letter. Also, we made it above without umlaut and we called it oo, oo, from the mouth, oo. Also represented by here, in case we don't have that cursor. But with umlaut, we are going to push it to the throat. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Therefore, this word rubbish, okay, rubbish, in German, I will not just be casual and say mu, mu. No, mul, mul. Draw it to the throat, then the L, the two L's outside. Mul. That's rubbish. The key here. Almost everyone has got a key to the door of the house, maybe to the door of the window, to the door of the car, anything. Key, there's umlaut here also. There's umlaut, come on, umlaut. Here we go. So I won't just say Schlüssel, Schlüssel. Of course, a German is going to know I'm talking about a key, but I'm not pronouncing it well. I've got to push to the throat. Schlüssel, Schlüssel, Schlüssel. Slight difference, but it is felt. Then we are done with the umlaut letters. We go to this one here. I'm sure those that have done physics, somewhere or science, they'll remember this one which looks like B, the beta or beta rays, something like that, but it's not. This is called S set. S set, like a set of S, okay? Two S's making a set, S set. So where in any word you find this funny letter, just call it S set. You can also, if you don't have it on your computer, on your phone, you can write double S. It's the same, okay? You can write just double S. Zum Beispiel, for instance, street. Straße, Straße, you see? Double S, Straße, the street. To bite something, maybe you're eating something, to bite, okay? Beißen, Beißen, Beißen. Greeting, to greet somebody, oh, and here now we have got two umlaut and the S set. Begrüßung, here I'm pushing it to the throat. Begrüßung, Begrüßung. That's it. Begrüßung. Very important. Now, emphasis, as before we go to the next, for those that are new. Somebody would ask, why should I learn that alphabet, German alphabet? In English, probably I wouldn't bother much. I don't know if the French aspect, because A is going to be A. If I'm asked, pronounce your name or spell your name. Okay, Evans Lukomona. My first name Evans, surname Lukomona. E-V-A-N-S, it ends there. Lukomona, L-U-K-O-M-O-N-A, it ends. Now, like per se, here comes you, whether you are coming for business or educational exchange program or work business exchange program. In this case, on this program, agribusiness, you will, the first day you arrive here, you land next day or after 2 days, you're allowed before you go to the foreign ministry to register yourself. How long are you going to be here in Germany? I'm going to be here for 4 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever. 1 year. Registration of your names, very important. Somebody's going to ask you, you are a visitor at that office, outside the beholder of foreign office. What are your names, please? Evans Lukomona. Evans, because it's a foreign name. Okay, it's not a German name. What are your names? For instance, Grace Moine. Grace Moine is a foreign name. Maybe Grace, it's an English Moine. Maybe she will try or he will try to write Grace. Können Sie bitte buchstabieren? Can you please spell your name? This is where the problem comes. If you are dodged the class of das alphabet. Grace, she's going to start, of course. I'm assuming Madame Grace Moine didn't do the German buchstabieren or just alphabet. She's going to tell the officer across the table, oh, I spell my name G, which is going to be similar to G, okay? R, which is similar, she's going to write R. Then problem comes. Grace is written G-R-A, is it C-E? This is going to say after R comes A. A in German is E. So this officer is going to write E instead of A. C, no problem. The last is now E. E, she says E. E in German is I. She prints. Tomorrow, Madame Grace Moine is there receiving the document wrongly written. But who wrote it wrong? It's not that lady was just writing your pronunciation of the letters. Wow. Excuse me, I was in your office last week on Friday. I've received a letter, but the names are wrong. Oh, that's what you said. This is how you spelled. That's why when you get that alphabet richtig, correct, there aren't going to be any problems. For instance, Grace Moine, because I'm reading here, Grace Moine, how is she going to say it? Können Sie buchstabieren? Can you spell your name? Grace, G-R-A-C-E. Grace is gone. Moine, M, W now. You tell a German officer W, oh, what's my name, Z? What you mean? What do you mean? So, Moine M, V, that's W, E, A, N, A. Done. She will write or he will write the correct name. That's the essence. Sometimes you are in business. You are in business. Probably you are not carrying that time your business card. You are shaking hands, you are sharing a drink. Now after your presentations and everything, oh, come on, please give me your card. Oh, I don't have a card. Okay, your name, you start pronouncing, okay, the letters. I'm Vincent Omulo. Vincent Omulo, okay. Vincent Omulo, bitte schreiben Sie, please write V-E-N-C-E-N-T. Omulo, schreiben Sie O-M-U-L-O. They make it well. That's the essence of das alphabet. You can imagine names like Ivoni. Ivoni. Ivoni starts with Y. Können Sie buchstabieren? Can you spell Y? They'll be lost. They don't know why. Ivoni, Upsilon, okay, and whatever the letters that come through. That's the main essence. That's why you want to pick it up from there. Now, I'm going to share the screen again. We continue with the pages that we are doing. we started already, and don't get scared when you come across something strange. Like I promised you, I'm gonna send you the videos, sleep over them over the weekend, short videos. And by next week, we're gonna be at par with your friends, all right? So man sagt keine Angst. Keine Angst means no fear. It's a very easy language. Very, very easy language. So I'm gonna share again the screen. I'm gonna share the screen again. Okay. By the way, I just want to write something. Where can I find this? 1 second. I just want to write. Can I pull up some page somewhere? 1 second. Second, please. Hey, come on, be fast. Okay, here we go. Responding slowly. When Zoom is open, it eats up so much. Okay, here we go. I just wanted to get some space to write on. So the new students, those who joined, I want you to reflect on that alphabet. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to write some names. Here, I've got two names I've written on the board, okay? These are names, Zambian names, should I say. Jane Mwemba, Violet Mkandawire. I need two students, okay? Not the old students who have done this, please, the new students. Quickly from Zambia, open the microphone. I need one should give me Jane Mwemba, the other one Violet Mkandawire. Spelling, Bookstabilen, okay? To spell the names letter by letter to tell me in German. Quickly, Zambia. Up to the microphone and tell us your name. Hello, Zambia.
Hello.
Hello, who is there? We are still trying. Yeah, try on microphone. Don't worry to get it wrong. That's how we learn.
Try, you can try.
Bring somebody closer to the microphone, Mr. Nyambe.
Okay, Gift, can you come and try it? You are spelling.
Okay, go ahead. Give us Jane. Can you spell Jane letter by letter?
J O T
Oh no, sorry, the sound system is bad there, Mr. Nyambe.
Let me just try to connect it.
Do we have any other new student, not only Zambia, new student who never did this?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, that sounds very good.
Okay, I think someone is trying here.
Okay, give him or her the same microphone you're using.
J O T A H E N.
Wait a second. Where are you reading? Where are you reading?
He is on Jen Mwemba.
Okay, I just want to hear Jane first. Jane?
Okay, Jen. Just spell Jen.
J O T A H E N H.
Are you sure? You have mentioned more letters than I'm seeing. I'm seeing only 4 here. J-A-N-E in English. J-A-N-E. How do you say J-A-N-E in German?
Okay, is starting again, sir?
Yes. I'm spelling it again only. J O T A H E N E H.
Sir, I've got a question. What kind of a Jane is that with so many letters?
Hello, sir.
Yes?
Mr. Lukomona.
Go ahead, please. I'm listening.
Okay, someone to try again. You want to try? You can come here to the mic.
What is J in German? What is A in German? What is N in German? What is E in German? That's what I'm looking for.
You can try.
In German language.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
A O.
You people, I'm not seeing O here.
There is the Jen. J.
Hello?
Now.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh.
Hello. J is what? J is what? Yeah, then you can go on just like that.
Okay, now you've got it. Come back.
Okay. Yeah, someone, you come. Mr. Lukomona. Yeah, hello, sir.
Continue, sir. Continue.
Yes, you are busy writing down, but someone should be, she has got it right. I think she's coming near to the microphone.
Wonderful.
Yes, you can start the person.
K. Jenny. It's K.
Continue.
Can you come here? J, it is what? Yes, you know, then A. What is A? Is it R or what? Then N is what?
Hello.
Hello?
What is it? Yes, can you come?
Hello.
J is what? It's George, isn't it? Then A is what? Then N is? Then what is the E now? Is what? It's that's what is needed there. Not to read, but to spell the letter.
Okay. Okay, we are going to do this. I'm going to invite a student. Thank you so much, Zambia. They'll pick it up. Mr. Nyambe, close the microphone. Kenya student, Kenya, please. All those lead Zambia on this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who is this one? Hello?
Yes, sir. Hello?
Continue, please. Jenny Mwemba.
On spelling Jen.
Yes, and the surname, both.
Can I spell that Jen?
Yes, start with Jane, just everything. Jane, then Mwemba, then the next name, no problem.
Okay, Jen.
Mm-hmm.
Yot A N A.
Very good. Yot-A-N-A. Super. Next, Mwemba.
M. Mwemba. M. V. E. E. M. Ba. A.
Very good. Okay, you said bar, bear. Otherwise, everything good. Very good. M, V, E, M, B, A. Super. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Can you continue with Violet Mkandawire? Or somebody else? Violet Mkandawire? Kenya, quickly. Or Congo? Congo is there. Congo, you were there. Congo. I've never heard your voices for quite a long time. Anybody? Violet Mkandawire, quickly. Then we move on. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead, please.
Can I continue?
Yes, please.
Fair.
Sorry.
Fair.
Foul.
O. Fair.
Wait a second. Can you start again? V is
Oh,
foul.
sorry. Foul.
Mm-hmm.
Foul.
Mm-hmm.
E.
Mm-hmm.
O.
Mm-hmm.
L.
Mm-hmm.
E.
Mm-hmm.
T.
Super.
M.
Mm-hmm.
K.
Mm-hmm.
R.
Mm-hmm.
N.
Mm-hmm.
J.
Mm-hmm.
A.
Mm-hmm.
V.
Mm-hmm.
E.
Mm-hmm.
R.
Mm-hmm.
S.
Very good. Very good. So Zambia, you see, Zambia, Kenya spelled your names. Okay, correctly. I'm just joking. You know, you're gonna pick it up. Okay, you're gonna sweep over it. Perfect. So wonderful. So let's go back to our. Come on, what's this? Okay, now let me bring back our page. And where was that? Here. So we continue with the topic called, here we go. Guten Tag, my name is. Good day, my name is. Very important, okay? This is the topic concerned with self-introduction. You meet a German there, you are doing business, and if you can't speak much, the language, at least you got to know how to introduce yourself, okay? So we did this, we did this, we did this, we did this, I think we did this as well. Guten Morgen, good morning, guten Tag, good day, guten Abend, good evening. Okay, we did this. In case you are seeing, guten Morgen means good morning. Guten Tag means good day. Guten Abend means good evening. We did that. We did that. We did that. All this topic also is on pre-recorded. We did that also. Okay, I'm gonna start from here. I know we did this for the sake of the new ones. Okay. We're supposed to have a CD to listen to, but we're gonna listen to the CD next time. So this is a conversation on CD. Don't worry, new students. It looks funny. Class start very easy. Okay. German language is all about just stories and building your vocabulary and understanding the grammatic point of it. So always when you see a new word, write it in the language you understand to know its meaning. Okay, I'm going to be telling you heavy words. I say this means this, write it down. Okay, you don't need to copy, I think, the German from these pages because you are going to have these pages for yourself. B3, B2, Hören Sie, Hören Sie. Hören means listen, okay? Z is respect. Listen und lesen Sie. Und is and. Lesen, this is a verb also. Lesen means to read. So listen and read die Gespräche. Gespräche, okay? Already here you are seeing umlaut on Gespräche. I'm not saying Gespräche because there is two dots on top of R. Gespräche means conversation. So write down conversation, okay? Gespräche equals to conversation. That's how you build up German words. Full stop. Ergänzen, also umlaut here. Ergänzen Sie die Namen. Ergänzen Sie means figure out, okay? Die Namen. Namen means names, plural, names. Name without N is singular, name. Nameni, names. So, easy. Read the conversation. So, here we go. Conversation 1. Guten Tag. Good day. Microphone somewhere there, please. Check your microphone. Microphone feedback. Dankeschön. Dankeschön means thank you very much. Guten Tag. Good day. Mein Name ist Richard Yulu. You picking it up already. My name is Richard Yulu. Ist means is, okay? Just like you can say my name is Marion Mwemba or Jane Mwemba, example. Other person, Guten Tag, Herr. Herr, please means Mr. Okay? Herr means Mr. Dot, dot, dot. Entschuldigung. Entschuldigung. Listen to the way I pronounce Entschuldigung. Wie heißen Sie? Entschuldigung means sorry or excuse me. Okay? Entschuldigung. If you want to pass in class, you know, somebody has to move, so you pass. Also, you can say Entschuldigung. Okay? Excuse me. Entschuldigung. Wie is how. Okay? Or what. In this case, what is your name? Wie heißen Sie means what is your name. Okay? Then the man replies, he replies, Richard Yulu. Here, aha, yeah. Yeah is yes, okay? Not ja. Okay, ja is now going to be Rastafari music. Yeah. Guten Tag, Herr Yulu. Yes. Good day, Mr. Yulu. Okay. Ich bin Helga Weber. Now you see, because you have done bookstep, then you have done letters, you won't say Weber. In English, you are going to read Weber. Helga Weber. No, in German, W, remember, is Ver, okay? So, ich bin Helga Weber. Helga Weber. Ich bin means I am, okay? I am. Ich bin Roy Nyambe. Ich bin Vincent Odulo. I am. That's all. Guten Tag, Frau Weber. So he greets back. Good day, Frau. Please, Frau means Mrs. Okay? Mrs. M-R-S in English. Weber. Weber. Next conversation. I'm here now. So, the first conversation is based on just two people meeting here. Okay? That's the lady here welcoming this gentleman at a new place of work. Then she leads him to conversation B to introduce him to this one, to the colleague. Okay, that's the scenario here. Easy stuff. Now, here she starts, Das ist Herr Yulu. Das means this, okay? This is Mr. Yulu. Then the colleague greets Mr. Yulu also, Guten Tag, Herr Yulu. Ich bin Magdalena Desir. Ich bin, I am Magdalena Desir. Now, Mr. Yulu also responds, Guten Tag, Frau Desir. Freut mich. Freut mich. This is the new now. So, good day, Mrs. Desir. Freut mich means I am happy, like I'm happy to meet you. Okay, very important. Even when you meet here, your counterparts, okay, they introduce themselves to you. Then at the end, you say, Freut mich. Oh, they are happy. They know you are happy in their presence or you have welcomed, their talk with you or meeting with you. Freut mich. I'm happy to know you or I'm happy to meet you. Okay? Now, why is Mr. Lukomona saying Freut here? Freut when there is a U or EU. Please, in German, write down this. In German language, when two consecutive letters, in this case letter, I'm speaking English, letter E and U, they are pronounced like O. Okay, so you can write EU equals to O. Just like Germany as a country, Germany in English. But if you see the way, let me see if I can get back to here. Okay, Germany, I'm writing Germany on the board, if you can see, Germany. Okay, this is English. Now look at the right side. The right side is the way it's written in German language, okay? This ich buchstabiere means I'm spelling D-E-U-T-S-C-H-L-A-N-D. Now, the first is D, then followed by a U. So this, I'm not going to say Deutschland, like a lot of people who speak English say, where do you live? Where are you? In Deutschland. No, it's not Deutschland. EU is Deutschland, okay? In Deutschland, like me, I can say I am in Germany. Ich bin in Deutschland, okay? I am in Germany. Ich bin in Deutschland. So I just wanted to emphasize that little point. When you see here, front, okay? Front me, I am happy. Herzlich willkommen. Herzlich willkommen. You can even guess what willkommen means. Willkommen means welcome. Okay? What about herzlich? Herzlich means heartily, like in English, heartily, from your heart. You are welcoming somebody from your heart. Okay? When somebody visits you at home, you respond the door, hey, hello, herzlich willkommen. They know that we are well received with the heart. We can even ask for, for food here. Okay, perfect. Herzlich willkommen im Parkklinikum. So Klinikum is a company, okay? It's a clinic. It's called Parkklinikum. So willkommen in this case meaning in, okay? In Parkklinikum. So that's a conversation. Okay? I meet you in Zambia, or I meet you in Kenya or in Congo. This is the conversation we can have. Guten Tag, my name is Evans Lukomona. Then you also respond, Guten Tag, Herr Lukomona. My name is Martin Osuru. I can, if I don't understand Osuru, maybe Martin I understand. I can say, Entschuldigung, wie heißen Sie? Entschuldigung, I want to get Usuru. Martin Usuru. Okay. Danke. Then conversation continues. Very easy stuff. So, gehen wir weiter. Then here, I think this is where we ended. Okay. I'm going to go straight here. Suchen Sie. So you are building new verbs. Suchen and all the German verbs. Okay, in case you are joining us new, all the German verbs, they end en at the end. Okay, en. Suchen. Suchen, this means search, searching, to search. Okay, suchen Sie bekannte Personen. Bekannte, you see, in English, you are going to read bekannt without e at the end. I tell my students all the time, they say, German language, read it like a local language. The letter at the end, you have to pronounce it also. In this case, bekannte. Bekannte means famous. Okay, famous. Okay, I know some of you are famous at place of work, maybe the whole country, maybe in your community. You pass, hey, Jane, hey, Martin. Okay, it means you are bekannte. Okay. Bekannte Personen, I don't even need to tell you, Personen means persons, plural, okay? Singular, persone, person, sorry, not persone, person without en, person, singular, en at the end, plural. So, search famous persons here, that is from the cards given here, und, that is and, zeigen. So another new verb, zeigen, means to point out or to show. Okay, like you have got the pictures. Oh, this is this one. This person is this one. Okay, zeigen Sie ein Foto. Okay, and show a photo. Ein means a. Okay, a photo. Fragen. For new students, another verb. You see how many verbs in one sentence? Suchen, to search. Zeigen, to point out. Fragen means to ask. Okay? Fragen Sie in course and ask in the course. In course, Course means course, like German course now. In English, C-O-U-R-E-S. So German K-U-R-S. So meaning carry these pictures or photos, then you go to your friend on the table, who is this one? She answers or he answers and stuff. And how do we ask? For instance, they're simply saying how you ask in German. Okay? For instance, haben wir A, picture, photo A. It's not clear, but I know there's Philip Lahm here. Those who like football, Philip Lahm was a German footballer who just retired. So now you are carrying this photo. You are asking your colleagues. This is how you ask. Oh, I hope you are able to see this. This is V-A-R, okay? In English, W-E-R. Wer. Wer means who. Write down this one. Wer means who. Wer ist das? Das means this. I mentioned already. Let me make it bold, maybe. Yeah. Wer ist das? Who is this? Okay? And how do you respond? Also, you start with this is, isn't it? Das ist. In this case, Philip Lahm. If it's Kawishawalia, das ist Kawishawalia. Okay? Ja, stimmt. Stimmt. Yes, stimmt. I think you can't see it properly. S-T-E-M-M-T or S-T-I-M-M-T. Stimmt means exactly. Okay? Exactly. 1 + 1 = 2. Stimmt. Okay? Or if that person is wrong, gives you a wrong name, you say nein. Nein means no. All right. Then you continue another photo. It's photo B, our best leader of Germany, from Chancellor Angela. Unfortunately, she's leaving power. We hope Germany continues being a great nation in Europe. B, where is that? Who is this? Meaning this lady. Okay? So if you don't know, like here, this guy doesn't know. Okay? You respond, ich weiß es nicht. Okay? Weiß is to know. Okay? Weiß is to know. I don't know. Nicht means I don't. Okay? I don't. Ich weiß es nicht. Sometimes don't even say es, just say ich weiß nicht. I don't know. As simple as all that. Okay? So on this one, 3 verbs: learned, suchen, zeigen. Look at this. Not zeigen, please. Especially English speaker, zeigen. I said Z plus vowel like S. Sa, zeigen. Okay. New students, any questions from the new students? Not the old ones who started already. Any questions? Zambia especially. No question. Perfect. Meaning you are following. Let's continue now. Okay. So I think that one also does something. It's just the same thing. Front meeting a new person. We don't need to waste time here. Oh, come on. I'm looking for. It's just the same. Let's go Vita. Now, this is like you. This is a German class. Okay. This picture is a German class. Different nationalities. That's the way it is here. In the German class, that's why you find all sorts of colors of people. Japanese, the Americans, Chinese, Africans, and the yellow-skinned, all people. Now, German language brings the people together. What happens in a German language course? Like here, let's go That's right. C2. Im Deutsch course. Now, I want to say something for those that are new. German language, you're going to see that one word is built from 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 other words, creating one. I just talked about Deutschland, isn't it? Deutschland, which is Germany as a country. Now here, Deutsch course. And I talked about course, if you remember, this last part. Course, I said, means course, a course, German course. So in this case, Deutsch means German without Y at the end. Germany with Y is a country. German becomes a language or which belongs to German. So Deutsch course, German course. Okay? Im Deutsch course means in German course. Hören Sie und lesen Sie die Gespräche. Now you know this one. Hören Sie, listen and read the conversation. Okay? Going on in the German course. Another verb, markieren. Markieren means mark. Like you can cross, you can underline, you can tick, at least you have marked something, okay? Like in this case, they have marked here. They have marked with a shader, okay? So, markieren Sie dann alle Fragen mit wer, okay? Or with W. So, mark, dann means then, okay? So, markieren Sie then mark, alle means all questions, Fragen question, all questions meet with W or the verb, okay? So meaning your job is just to read, but mark the questions with W, okay? Remember we did W questions, like in English, who, what, where, when, which, okay? In German also we have such, okay? So now the example is given. Fangen wir mit 1 an. We are starting with 1. We are going to mark everything in this conversation. First speaker. How many people are talking here? 1, 2, I think 3. Then there's a third person. 3 people in conversation. Guten Tag. Ich bin Hans Meyer. Good day. I am Hans Meyer. So here the book already marked, okay? So, wie heißen Sie? So after he introduces himself, I am Hans Meyer, then he turns to the next person. Wie means, in this case, what? What is your name? Wie heißen Sie? Then this person responds, Ali Tankai. Ali Tankai. Tankai. I think Arabic, yes, Ali Muhammad Ali. Ali Tankai. Then the same person asks, woher kommen Sie, Herr Tankai? Woher, please, in case you're joining us now, woher means from where, okay, or where from, okay? Woher, where from. Kommen is a verb. If you are new, kommen means to come from, okay? To come from. Z is respect from, okay? Is respect. When there is a Z, they are respecting you. Woher kommen Sie? Where do you come from, Mr. Tankai? That's the meaning here, okay? Woher kommen Sie? Like there you can ask, you are meeting Mr. Roy Nyambe somewhere, you can ask him, okay, hey Roy, Woher, okay, you can just say, woher kommen Sie, Herr Nyambe, or Herr Roy Nyambe? Then he can tell you where he comes from, okay? Ich komme aus Zambia, or ich komme aus... Then he continues, he responds, woher kommen Sie heute? Where do you come from, Mr. Tankai? Aus der Türkei. Türkei. Okay? Aus means from. Okay? There is the article, the front article for a country called Turkey. Okay? Turkey. In English, Turkey. In German, Türkei. Türkei. So, even yourself, when they ask you, woher kommen Sie? You can say, like in this case, Zambia, you can say, aus Zambia. Z now becomes like S. Aus Zambia, not der Zambia. Zambia's got no article in front, okay? Only selected countries have got. Then continues, aha, just the same as, sign word. Aha. Und Sie, now I think turning to a third person, okay? Und Sie and you, okay? Und Sie, formal respect, okay? Und Sie, so, okay, wait 1 second, because we are taught to look for question words, isn't it? So, woher is a question word, meant there at the beginning. So another question word is this one, there, okay? There. There means who. Who are you? Sind means are, okay? You, sie, for respect. Wer sind Sie? Who are you? Then the third person responds, ich bin Alexander Makarenko. I am Alexander Makarenko. Foreign name also. Ich bin aus der Ukraine. In English, written the same, okay? Ukraine in English, but in German, Ukraine. You see, that's why I say German, you read like local language. Ukraine, you are pronouncing every single letter in it. So, ich bin, I am aus from Ukraine. Okay, so this class, one is from Turkey, the other guy, this one is from Ukraine. Very easy. Okay? Very easy, step by step. So now look at this one. This first conversation, they are using Z, okay, for respect. So this conversation was formal, we say in German. That's by formal. It was a formal conversation. Now let's go to try here. Number 2, conversation. Is it still formal? We are going to check. Hallo, ich bin Anna. Already it is not a formal conversation, but informal. Why? When you see a conversation starting with hello, just know this is not a formal one, meaning no respect form is gone. Look at that. This one started with Guten Tag instead of hello. Okay? Guten Tag. Just know that this person wants to discuss with you in formal aspect. So, Sie, wie heißen Sie? Woher kommen Sie? Okay? Sie means respect. The opposite of respect is non-respect. Sie is going to be taken by, okay, the pronoun called du. Okay? Let's check it out. Hello. I go back here. Hello. Ich bin Anna. Hello, I am Anna. Okay, she's not even saying the full name, just the first name. Und wie heißt du? So wie heißt du? Now there is do here, not sie. Remember, from the left was wie heißen sie. So do comes in, and the verb conjugation is going to change. Okay, it's going to end with st. Okay, it's going to end with st. We did some formulas of the verbs. Okay, that when you use a verb with z, that verb ends en. When you use a verb with do, that verb ends is changed to st. Okay, that's what we discussed. Just like what I'm trying to say is this, just a quick one. Okay, for instance, common. Okay, common z. Z, the formula is going to be, okay, z always ends, any verb ends, we say end, that's ends, end, an, okay. When you see z, just know that that verb is going to end with en or an. But when you see do, it's going to change. Okay, const, then it's going to be do. Okay, meaning that the formula is going to be do, let me do that, do any verb, because it's a pattern. When you use do, any verb and st, okay? Any verb is going to end st. Interessant, okay? So, und wie heißt du? And what's your name? Informal. Ich heiße Sabine. Okay? Sabine. Now look, Z is pronounced like S. S is pronounced like Z. That's what I'm saying. Za. D. Zadi. Not Sadi. Ich heiße Zadi. I am called Zadi, literally meaning. Okay? Und du, you see, and you. So remember here in formal, we said und sie, that was formal respect, yeah? But informal, und du, okay? Wer bist du? Who are you? Wer bist du? So here we used wer sind sie, isn't it? On the left here. Okay? Wer sind sie? Who are you? Informal. I even said sind means are. Okay? But here also bist means are, but conjugated to because from z, because of do, okay? Because of do brings bist. There remains the same. There means who? There bist du. So it's like you are asking a small girl or a small boy, who are you? You simply say, there bist du. Okay? Because it's informal. You don't need to respect that small boy or girl. But if you are meeting somebody for the first time, maybe age mate or an elderly person, don't use wer bist du. Use wer sind sie. Okay? That's the difference. Then there's a mark here. She responds, ich heiße Rabia. Okay, ich heiße Rabia. conversation ends. Number dry. Now, already when you are seeing do, just know that informal is coming. Okay, this is informal conversation too, because I've seen do. So the moment you see do, just know that the verb is going to be conjugated. Okay, to end with st. It's a constant. Do, any verb ends with st in German, with do. So conversation. Woher, you see, not common z like here, check here. Woher kommen Sie? En at the end of the verb because of Z. Now, because of do, the verb is going to end st. Okay? Woher kommst? Not kommen ist. Woher kommst? So fast. Kommst. Woher kommst du? Then response, aus Indien. Aus means from India. Ah, toll. Okay, toll, not toll of centimeters. T-O-L-L. Toll means like excellent, something very nice, okay? Ah, toll. Like somebody buys you a new shoes or dress, gift. Oh, it's beautiful, like it. Ah, toll, okay? Und du, and you, aus Thailand. Not Thailand. Thailand is English. Thailand, German. Okay, from Thailand. End conversation. Microphone, please. Then interessant, interessant, interessant. Interessant, of course, you can figure it out, means interesting. Okay, so these are the conversations. Okay, these are the conversations. Verb conjugation. For those who are going to receive the CDs, you concentrate on verb conjugations. Yes, please, we will be concluding soon. Let's have some tranquility. Microphone, please. Danke. Danke means thank you. So, for the new guys who joined, this is the table you are going to also look at, okay? We did with your friends. This table constitutes, 1 second, I break it here, okay? When you understand this simple table, you have understood verb conjugations. How do you change them, okay? Now look, like I said, in original form, all the German verbs, they end with letter en, okay? These are the verbs. These are, microphone please. 1 second. Okay. I'm going to share again. Soon we are breaking, don't worry. Soon we're gonna break and your weekend is gonna start soon. Okay, so don't get scared of this table. What is important is just to understand one line and you are done. So if you master this one, we did with your friends, okay? All German verbs in their original form, they end en, okay? Like in this case, okay? Look at this. Oh, to laugh, lachen, to live, leben, to live or reside, wohnen, okay? Wohnen, wohnen meaning a city where you live or a country. Leben, mainly used for a country. Wohnen, to a city. They interchange, but they mean the same. To love, lieben. To need, brauchen, okay? Brauchen. To play, spielen. To say, sagen, sagen. To seek, suchen. To think, denken. To visit, besuchen. So you see, E-N, 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 E-N. Okay? Please, microphone. Check the microphone. We're about to finish. Otherwise, we're going to be delayed. Thank you. So, this is the original status of the verbs, the infinitive form. Now, for instance, in English, yeah, if I'm alone, I can say, I am laughing. Isn't it? I'm laughing. If we are two plural people, I still use the same. We are laughing. If we refer to other people, they are laughing. We are still using laughing, 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 laughing. But in German, you conjugate the verb or you change it according to the situation. Singular, plural is going to change. Reference to other people is going to change. Okay? But we always maintain one thing. We change at the end. We remove en and put in something like I just mentioned with do and see. Okay? Just the en, we temper with the last en. The other part is called the stem, the main stem of the verb. It is never tempered with. Like here, lachen. If I remove en, I remain with lach. If I leben, if I remove en, I remain with leb. Wohnen here. If I remove en, I remain with von. Okay? And so on. Then we keep changing according to the pronouns. These are the pronouns now, which change the verb here. Now look at this. In original form, like I've said, in original form, here, they all ending en. But the moment it crosses from this house, it comes here, it will change. From that house, it comes here, it will change. It will change. It will change. Now, let's look at just one example how they change. And you pick it up from the behavior of one single line here. Okay? One single line here. It represents all other verbs. You don't even need to do other verbs. Okay, now let's check with to laugh. How it changes. Original verb in German, lachen. Lachen. Ich, write down, ich means I. Okay, I. The moment you say I singular, I am laughing, for instance, or I laugh, the original verb is going to be transformed to lache. Lache. Ich lache. We have removed en and we just put e at the end. So your formula here, the first formula is when you use ich, all the verbs are going to end with letter e. Okay, like here. Okay, so you can build on. When you use ich, so ich, that is I, will convert the verb to end with only letter e. Ich equals to e at the end. Okay? Ich lache. Now, if you want to tell somebody do, which we have seen do is non-respectful. You are laughing or you laugh. So it's going to change again. Du lachst. Du lachst. Look at this. You are ending with st. So anywhere you see do, put st at the end of that verb, like we have done here. Okay? Do and st. So simple. Now, here, er. Er means he, masculine. Okay? He, sie, with small s, means she. Okay? Mary, she. Martin, he. Er, Martin. Sie, Mary. S, for things like a cat or a dog, we can say S means eat. Okay, eat. So when you use air, ZS, the verb again changes. You remove en at the end and just add te. Okay? Add te. Er lacht. So if I want to say John is laughing, I can say John lacht. Or if I don't want to mention John, just to say he is laughing, er lacht. That's all. So your next formula is going to be, okay, er for John, Z for Mary. Let's assume a dog can laugh. S, okay, S, it's laughing. The verb is going to end with letter T. Er lacht, sie lacht, es lacht. Okay? So you are just now conjugating. What about wer? Wer means we, plural. We are laughing. Okay? So now wer always goes back to the original verb, en. Okay? We are laughing. Wir lachen. So your next formula is going to be wir. The moment you see anywhere you see wir in a sentence, these are patterns of the examination questions. They will just put a wir somewhere, then they say conjugate the verb. Just know wir is going to end with an as well. Okay? Wir lachen. Dann kommt hier. And we're concluding. Then comes here, ear. Now, here, this is the same, okay? I want to emphasize, it's up to you to choose which one to use, okay? Ear, in this case, means they, okay? They are laughing. Now, reference. Also, this one, Z, means they. That's why you are seeing plural, PL. Now, how you conjugate the verb is what you choose. Let me even put a border here, because these two guys, okay, means the same. This means the same. So if I opt to, if I say, they are laughing, I choose to use ear, this one. So my verb is going to end with te, ear lacked, ear lacked. So it's going to be ear formula all the time, also end te, okay? The verb, any verb you use is going to end te or t. But if I have forgotten, okay, which I tell students, use what you are comfortable with. Instead of using ear, because some students, they pick ear, then they use laken with en at the end. They get it wrong. Normally I'd say, please pick Z, because Z is used so often, like you have seen. Z goes with en at the end. So what are they doing? I'm reporting, oh, they are laughing. I can still say Sie lachen. Sie lachen. Okay? So it takes me back to here. Z for plural, not respect now. For plural, Z can mean respect, Z can mean plural, mind you, okay? Sie lachen. So an at the end. So it is a choice. Meaning, the system you have seen with laken here, the system you have seen conjugating with the different pronouns on top, goes down the same way to even other verbs. You can check it at home. It's just the same. Leben, ich lebe. the same. All are going to end E with ish. Do. Do, all the verbs are going to end st. Air, zs. All are going to end t. Via, all are going to end en. Ear, all are going to end t. Z, plural also, an. So, if you understand Laken, this example given, you have understood automatically other verbs, even some which are not here. That's how easy German language can be. So we are going to end here. Let me just check. Okay, as we end, a quick one. Let's end with this exercise together. Say, dry. Do or the Z. I like this. Are you going to use do or Z? Was ist richtig? Richtig, please, means correct. Okay, what is correct? Was means what? What is correct? Your new verb again, kreuzen Sie an. Cross out what is correct. Now listen here. Hallo, ich bin Umut. Und wer bist? As usual, number one is always, or one example is always given. Wer bist? Who are you? So with, they are simply saying with the beast, are you going to say do or sie? It is already given do. This is our answer. Then he responds, ich heiße Emil. Woher kommst? What's the answer now here? Is it going to be do or sie? Woher kommst du, Emil? Or woher kommst sie, Emil? Quickly, who can give me the correct answer? Microphone on, we conclude. Bishop Eric.
Do.
Hello?
Yes.
What?
It will end with SIE.
This one here, SIE?
Yes.
Why dog? SIE?
Because it's formal, it has not started with hello like the first one.
Okay. Now look at the verb we have here. We have kommst. In this case, check the verb, how it is written. How is the verb ending?
Okay. ST. Oh, it is ending with ST.
So it's going to be?
Do, I think.
Perfect, yes. It's going to be do.
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful.
Yes.
So verb conjugation, ST at the end formula, do. Very good. Danke. Aus dem Jemen. Ich komme aus Istanbul. I come from Istanbul. We know Istanbul. Now, another one here comes. Is it going to be du sprichst gut Deutsch or sie spricht gut Deutsch? It means you speak good German. The verb original is sprechen. Now this verb is ending with st. What are we going to use, do or sie? New students, as we conclude, two participants. Okay, whom can we have? Chabilo Munkombwe. Chabilo?
That one must be do.
Why?
Because the Spanish is
very good. Because the verb ends st, spricht. Du sprichst gut Deutsch. You speak good German. Perfect. Then response 99. No. Nur ambition. Nur means only. The two words ambition means a bit or a little bit. Okay, ambition, a little bit. If you want a little bit of tea, you can say ambition tea. Okay. Now, okay, give me the answer here as we go to the end. And we need two answers here. Two answers here. Und du sie wie heißen? I'm shading the verb, indicator verb. Wie heißen du sie? Okay. Who can brave out? Give us here two answers.
Okay, we finish it first.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, what's the answer?
What's the answer?
I'm hearing some correct answer. Feel free to pronounce it higher. Which one, do or Z in this sentence?
Hello?
Hello?
There's someone who wants to answer, sir.
Okay, please, quickly.
C.
Very good. Why Z?
Because it ends with EN.
Now you are talking. Wonderful. That's Zambia.
Yes.
Now you are representing very well. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. So all the time, even in an exam, just look at the verb, okay? Don't even consider the whole sentence. The secret is check. How is the verb ending? The verb here is heißen, and it's ending en. The formula is en equals to z, or z equals to en. Therefore, und sie and you, die heißen sie. Very good. Then response tufan. Mona tufan. Okay. Schön. There's umlaut here. Schön. Umlaut. Schön means beautiful. Beautiful or nice. Oh, nice. Nice. Now, let's go again. What are we going to pick? Was sprechen du? Was sprechen Sie, Frau Tufan? Quickly. Who can give me these new students? Chavilo Munkombwe, again, let's go.
Z.
Very good. Why?
Because expression has got en at the end.
Wunderbar. Was sprechen Sie? Sehr good. What do you speak, Mrs. Tufan? A totally formal sentence because of Mrs. also. Wonderful. And we conclude, ich spreche Deutsch und Türkisch. I speak German and Turkish. Why ich spreche? Why are we ending with E here? Spreche because of ich, I, from the formulas. Okay, you're going to master it, of course. I always ends with only E at the end. Ich spreche Deutsch und Türkisch, like myself here. Okay, I can say, okay, before, let me finish it. Auch Türkisch. Auch Turkish. Auch means also, okay? Also Turkish. It's like the other person also speaks Turkish. Very, very good. Well done. So as we conclude, for instance, now here, what you have learned is the conjugation. That table, when you get it, okay? It looks so big. It's nothing. Just one sentence, if you understand, one verb. It's like those who have done chemistry, organic chemistry. Yeah, I remember when I was in secondary school, young graduate, big ones. Hey, you are coming, you boys in class 10, you find organic chemistry the hardest chemistry. So I like searching for. When I came to grade 10, I found that organic chemistry was the easiest because it talks about the families, alkanes, all they will end like this: single bond, single bond, single bond. Alkenes double bond, alkynes. Why should it be hard? So if I master one alkane, I master one alkene, another alkyne, I've mastered the rest. So it's the same with German language. When you master one verb conjugation, all the million, if they're millions, they're going to be conjugated the same way. Okay? Do, st. Ich, e at the end. Wir, we, en at the end. Ihr, I, e, her, t at the end. She, he, it, t at the end also. Z, en at the end. So it is the same. So even when it comes in an exam, goodness, they even give you the verbs context there. Kommen, leben, essen is eating. Don't get scared. Then they say fill out the blanks like we have done. They're just checking you. Have you understood the verb conjugations? Then when you understand the verb conjugation, you're just going to be feeling, en, it's z. Do, it's st. Or it's do, whichever direction. So you want to go through this table, very important. And from this one here, you're going to come to what is called the articles, German articles. In English, we've got one article, the phone, okay, the book, the war, the house, the supermarket. In German, it says no. Everything belongs to another they. Der, die, das. Their masculine, a group of them. Like a man, their brother, their column. Die, feminine things. Die Mutter, the mother, sister, die Schwester, aunt, die Tante, okay? So these feminine things on their own. Die Lampe, the lamp I'm using here, the lamp is a woman. That's about German. Die Lampe. So those things, D, and then neutral, like I think we learned in English. Neutral things, neither woman or feminine nor masculine. Their article is das, D-A-S, or D-A-S. Das Auto, the car. Das Buch, the book. So we are going to separate them as well. You have to understand the concept. So this concept plus the verbs and the possessive articles, for my father, I use the same my, for instance, possessive article. My father. Even for my mother, I'm going to use the same my. My mother, my sister, my English is just like that. But German, if I'm saying my feminine thing, it's going to be different. Okay, it's going to be different. If I'm going to say my masculine thing, it's going to be different. The way I pronounce my. For instance, mine, M-A-E-N. Mine, Vater, my father. Mine, which is my, is ending with N because Vater is masculine. But if I say my mother, mine, we are going to add just letter E. So the differentiating, when we come to possessive articles, the differentiating thing is just going to be either you add E at the end or you remove it. Feminine things, add E. Masculine things or neutral things, remove E. Very simple. That's why you have to know something before you say meine Mutter with E at the end, because mother is feminine. Meine Schwester. Okay? Meine Lampe. Lampe is feminine also, the lamp. But car is das Auto. It's not feminine. Mein Auto. Full stop without E. Mein Auto. Mein Bruder is also masculine. Mein Bruder. Mein cousin, if a cousin is masculine, I'm going to remove E. So only feminine, 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 you add E at the end. Plus a special thing. Mine with E at the end also goes with plural. When you are talking about things that are many, it can be masculine, it can be neutral, but as long as they are plural, shh. If you visit me, for instance, I show you from, this is my car, singular, my car, singular. That's auto, okay? That's auto. That is mine, without E. That is mine, auto. Then tomorrow or the next year you are coming, maybe I've got 4, 2 or more cars. I'm not going to say mine. Now I'm going to add E at the end of mine. Mine. Because just that. We're gonna check out that one as well. Do you not get worried? So you've had a long day today. I think because the classes started late. Ooh. Any question? Any clarification before we call it a weekend? Chabiro Mukombwe.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask if you could send for us the German alphabet. Some of us didn't really get it.
Okay. Yeah, in fact, you are in Zambia, is it?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Mr. Nyambe, is Mr. Nyambe there?
No, I'm in Choma.
He's in Choma, sir.
Okay, but sir, you have got a group.
Yeah, he's in Choma, sir.